Hey everyone, hope everyone is doing well. So, in this workout, started out with death. This was the first day of the week, and it started out with a 5x5 front squats with 5 more pounds than I did last week. So that ended up being 265 pounds or 120 kilograms, and they felt horrible. I don't know why I decided to keep my sweatshirt on with this workout. I just was randomly doing it, but they actually moved reasonably well. Looking at the weights now, apologize, the heat just turned on behind me. I don't know if you're able to hear that, but anywho, moving on. They all went well. On the very last rep of the very last set, the bar started to roll down my right shoulder, particularly, but I was able to finish out the rep. And from this angle, you can't really tell too much, but you kind of see my hand move slightly on my last set of that. But after I had the front squats, I then had some clean deadlifts, which I went up to 315 pounds, which you'll notice that when I do them, it's a little bit different as far as what you may call it, the form on it compared to a regular deadlift. You kind of just do a mock clean, and it's not like a true deadlift where you're in your hamstrings. You're, at least for me, I'm trying to stay upright, trying to put it more in my quads, and with that being the goal, it's going to move a lot slower and look a lot more difficult with lighter weight. If I'm doing a regular deadlift, obviously 315 is going to fly up really well because I can deadlift pretty well. But with these, they're actually, I think, going to be beneficial for me to build my deadlift in general, because they just put a lot more in your quads and even more in your back, like mid back and upper back. Regular deadlift puts more in my butt and my lower back, but we'll see how that goes in the future. I want to continue to add weight with those as well, and to continue to move the pulls up as I can incrementally. After I had the clean deadlifts, I then had some push presses, which I did 5 more pounds than last week. It was for a 5x5, which ended up being right around like 73% of my current max, which is about 235, or I think that's my current max, 235. At least that's what I'm basing my numbers off of. I'm going to be able to continue to push that up. Push presses are feeling really good despite doing all this work beforehand, which is an extremely beneficial thing. I think the other thing I had in this workout were some dips. Added some additional volume that I didn't do last week. So instead of 3 sets of 5, I did 2 sets of 10 and a set of 9, which I wasn't able to complete because I just triceps failed or whatever, which was fine. It was finding out it's a good amount of volume. I didn't try to grind through it too hard. With the weighted dips, I'm trying to get to the point where I'm doing 3 sets of 10 or whatever, and I'll probably add a little bit of weight since I did 2 sets of 10 and a set of 9, and then just do like a flat 3 sets of 5 regardless of how easy or hard it looks, and then just continue to add some reps until it's like 3 sets of 10, just add some more weight. Just make it as gradual as possible, because frankly, like, my triceps and even my chest a little bit get sore from the weight that I'm doing now, so there's no extreme purpose of pushing up the weight too extremely if I'm still getting to the point where I'm sore from doing them. I'd rather just continue incrementally at it and continue to get sore from them. But other than that, with this workout, it's pretty straightforward. Went well, just dying from front squats. I think ironically the most sore part of my body with them is like my wrist, just maintaining that front rack position. And you'll notice in the workout that I did Wednesday, so 2 days after this, when I had more front squats, I kind of have I guess it's kind of hard to tell looking at the video now, but my hand grip is less on the bar, not totally different, but it's just less aggressively around the bar, so I'm just not gripping it as fully as I otherwise could if I was doing just one clean and jerk. I'm finding that when I'm doing reps with the front squat, it's difficult to maintain that. Not so much of a mobility thing, but as soon as the weight gets hard, it goes into my wrist more, since my chest will pitch forward, which makes it a lot more difficult. But something that I'm trying to get better at and trying to get used to, and maybe I'll build my wrist up a little bit, because they have been kind of achy, but everything's moving well in general. So hopefully everything keeps moving well with these kind of days. Mondays will probably be the hardest day of the week. Mondays and Wednesdays, the 2 really big days as far as a lot of volume because of front squats. I'm going to continue with the front squats because they went well yesterday again. So hopefully I'm able to continue to build those up and progress on those, because it's going to be something that's really beneficial for my squat and strength overall in general, and pulls and stuff. All that is feeling really good, and I can continue just to build all these different lifts a little bit and continue doing the first week over and over. As long as I can linearly progress Once that happens, or once I don't, then I may take like a slightly easier week, depending on how many weeks that is in a row where I'm able to progress on the first week, or I may just go into the second week of the program. So I had to figure that out. I mean, if I do this for 4 or 5 weeks, or I'm able to put on a little bit of weight before I get stuck, then I may just do a deload for a couple days. But that's something to figure out since I haven't reached there yet. So goal next week for front squats and stuff is 270. This, I mean, I'm just trying to add like 5 pounds to each lift. With pulls, I may be more aggressive. I mean, I did 315, so I may just do 325. I may do 320. I don't know. I have to see about that. For those, I can be a little bit more aggressive, but for like upper body stuff, a little bit more conservative. But I think with that being said, that's about it that I wanted to cover in this commentary. So hope you're all having a good week, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Peace.
Oh,